Hey guys, welcome to LawnCareMadeEasy.com. I'm Zach Stroud. Today I'm going to show you how to easily remove rust from your tools. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so welcome back. So a lot of times we'll leave our tools out in the rain, or we'll leave them on a bench or something like that after using them, maybe during pruning or anything you're doing with the lawnmower. You can leave your tools out there and just forget, and they get some rain on them. Well, the water and oxygen combined with the metal of the tool will cause that oxidation, which is called rust. And to remove that, you have to have the right chemistry to do that, okay? So today I'm gonna show you how to easily remove that with something you probably have in your pantry, okay? It's commonly used for a lot of cleaning, natural cleaning in the kitchen or in the bathroom, and it's called white vinegar. Okay, I know a lot of you may have this in your pantry or somewhere in your house. That's a very common thing to have in the home. And it easily removes the rust from your tools. So these are some pruners that I have that has some rust on them. And you can see the rust in there. You know, I've left them on the back of the bed of my truck, or even out in the garden some there's some of it coming off when I was pruning. Okay, so all of this was full of rust, just like this area right here. And all I did was I took a little bit of the vinegar, okay, and I filled up this small mason jar, okay, and you can use something bigger if you want to, if you have a bigger tool, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So I used something small, and this is common, but we're going to be using. So all I did is I filled this up, and this is all vinegar. I didn't use any water with it. You can see how much of that rust came off. Now what I did is I filled that up, and all I did was stick that in the jar, and I let that sit there for about 12 to 24 hours. This is about 24 hours, a little bit over 24 hours from the time that we're shooting this video. So I did this yesterday. I let it sit for a little through the night and all day. And as you can see, it cleaned it up really nice. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, just to clean it up a little bit more, is I'm gonna take a steel brush, and you can also use what they call steel wool. Okay, you can use that if you have some of that, but I usually just use this, and I'll dip it in a little of that vinegar, and I'll just finish cleaning this up just like this. Now, if you want to, after each use in the garden or wherever you're pruning, it wouldn't be bad to have a spray bottle with some of this white vinegar in there, and you could just spray it on there. Make sure they're open like this. Spray on there and let them sit, and then you could just wash them off and dry them off really good next time. And then after we get this cleaned up really good, I'm gonna wash this off. So what we're gonna do is, after I kind of get a lot of this more rust, and you can see it just kind of going everywhere on that towel, I'm gonna stick it in the clean jar, and you can see all that just come off. And this is just pure water. This is just water from the faucet, and it's just cleaning it off. Looks pretty good. Okay, and you see how the rust right here on the handle is a lot different than where we cleaned the blades off. So the whole thing didn't fit into that jar. But let me show you that again. You can see all the little flakes at the bottom of that jar. And that's all the rust that came off of the blade. And then all I'm gonna do is take a dry rag after you stick it in the water to clean it off. Just dry it off real good. Make sure not to cut your hand. or your finger when you're drying it off. And then, look at all that. Look at all that come off. And then we're going to take a little bit of grease. You can use WD-40 if you like. Okay, and we'll want to spray these around the spring and right here in this joint. Okay. Okay, and that's all you need, and then you just work that in there. Okay, and that's all there is to it. And they're back into working condition. I've seen them in worse condition like this. So I'll show you this. This is one that has been outside that I found in the bed of my truck that I forgot I even left it in there. But look at all that rust on there. So if you have something like this, you'll need a 5-gallon bucket, okay? And you'll put this down in the bucket, just like this. And you'll fill the vinegar up to about right here, okay? You can use a little bit of water to help get that to that area, to get up to this level. But I'm not sure if it will work as good as pure vinegar, okay? So it'd be better if you could use pure vinegar and just fill it up to right there at the handles, and then just let it sit there overnight, at least for 12 hours. That way this vinegar can really start to eat this rust off, and like I said, it just falls to the bottom. So you can use a 5-gallon bucket if you have something large like this, okay? And just make sure you wash it off, and make sure after doing all that, you do put some oil on there, some type of WD-40 or something like that, okay? Okay, guys, so that's the end of the video. I hope you like that, and I hope it helps you out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and we'll get back to you. Thank you, guys.